Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are new, I welcome you here. If you are returning, you're always welcome here, and I thank you for your continued support. Hopefully, if you're new, you will enjoy the reading and want to come back. So let's get into it. My goal is to pull at least one card from each of the decks that I normally use for readings, just for an energy check-in, just to see how we're all feeling after all the hubbub of the holidays and New Year's Eve has passed, and we're starting to slowly settle into our new 2025 year. So let's just see. I hope this finds you well. There's a lot going on out there these days. A lot. So we have the Five of Spiders, and I'm going to get into the meanings and how they all fit together after I pull a few. If I feel like I really need to say something, which I do, something about patience and your individuality and expansive energy, kind of like Sag energy, wanting to learn and grow and expand, and boundless, infinite knowledge, enjoying philosophy and things of the sort is coming to mind. Oh, we have beautiful goddess Hathor from the Egyptian Neteru, representing magic. She's a medicine woman, and it's about integrating. So perhaps you're integrating something. I'm getting something about you're integrating something to do with patience and your individuality. Perhaps you felt singled out in the past by your individuality, but now in your life you are integrating that into something that's very creative, perhaps. And perhaps you are healing some of that ostracized energy that's been left within you. Possibly from your upbringing. Could be anything from your upbringing, your family, your school years, teachers, From the tarot, we have the Lovers, which used to be known as the Choice. So we'll see if it's a choice in love, or with the other cards, if it's just a choice. Three of Inspiration, putting something out there. Okay. Perhaps you put something out there love-wise, an offer to someone, or someone has sent you an offer. Now, Hathor was also known as a very, very sensual goddess. She was very free, very open, very comfortable with her sensuality and femininity. So I'm not saying that you are a masculine or a feminine. I'm just saying to go along with this Lovers and putting something out there. Just kind of put those together if they fit into your scenario, Justice. You may be getting some justice regarding some of this. It may not be just a basic love offer. It could be someone that you were, involved with in the past. They may have put something out there to you that may justify some things from the past, or you may be putting something out to them and waiting to get a return, or getting a return about something that kind of justifies something. We also have the Queen of Materials, which is very luxurious energy, very grounded, luxurious, comfortable in where she is and what she's doing financially. She's just really set up, and she's very, very comfortable in the life that she has made for herself. Anything else that wants to come out? Well, anything that wants to come out from the next deck about this? Let's see. If you do find that you like this reading and you would like to subscribe if you haven't already, or if you have subscribed, give me a thumbs up. please? That'd be wonderful. And leave me a comment if it resonates. I love that. So from this deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Now this is giving me something here with this Justice card a little bit. Maybe something that needed to be defended in the past that you knew you had higher ground on, but maybe someone else didn't, that you know is getting justified now for you. Okay, let's see what else wants to come out from the next deck. Okay, I'm getting that card. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? And I always pray and meditate over the cards and shuffle them before I do the reading. It just helps with the storage on my camera. Okay, we got two more cards, and then a whole clump of them came out, but we're not taking a clump. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands, some fast-moving, passionate energy coming in, and the King of Cups. So whoever this is that you're dealing with, there was a lot of passion between you two, but I feel like there's been a lot of emotional maturing over the past years. And if this isn't resonating with you, then it's probably not your reading. Try another one. I'd love it if you tried another one of mine. And let's all move on to the next deck, because it's kind of like bits and pieces, but I'm not getting like a full story here. What I'm getting, I'm just going to review, is that someone has made a choice, someone that you perhaps had a love relationship with, to this is either you sending something out to them or them sending something out to you. Either way, one party is waiting for an answer, and this answer, and it may have come back already, is going to or has justified something from the past that had to do with really fiery, passionate energy and some kind of defense that someone had to have. We have from Kim Kranz's Wild Unknown, the desert, and the eternal child. Perhaps you're very in touch with your inner child, or you've done a lot of childhood wound healing. I want to read these cards. I'm going to pause for a second because I also like to get numerology with the Roman numerals here. So just going to pause here. Okay, so first I'm going to pull the desert here, and this is, I'm pull it close here. Sometimes I need to practice that about being on camera, like finishing my sentence, because my mind moves faster than my mouth and I'm jumping to the next thing. It's an ADHD thing, please. Bear with me sometimes. But I pulled the desert forward so you can see it a little bit better. And this is number 37 in the Wild Unknown Tarot. And that breaks down and reduces to a 1 in numerology. And that is similar to Aries energy. It's very vigilant. It's very brave and protective of those that they love. And it's very initiator energy, starting things, from scratch and just being like a pioneer in some ways. And it was on page 180, which reduces to a 9 in numerology, which is all about endings. So maybe you had an ending with this person that felt like really dry, and maybe it wasn't a terrible ending, but it was just kind of dry and void of emotion. Okay, but maybe you and this person have both matured in your emotions, and you're going to kind of have, I don't know if it's a reconciliation, but it's bringing something to justice that maybe just sort of sat and just sort of been underneath and bothering the both of you for many years. All right, so now I'm going to read the desert to you. Let me get to page 180 here. Okay. All right. Sorry. This is an itty bitty little, I got the pocket size Wild Unknown, so it's itty bitty little workbook. Anyways, guidebook, I mean. The desert, the drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks are terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truth resides in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. So I'm getting, you may also, this justification may really help you get out of this desert period, but it may be just what you need to maybe clear something up with someone, or allow the clearing to be done. I'm going to read just a little bit more, some little side notes here. The desert is alive and pulsing with energy despite its desolate appearance. Turn toward it rather away from it. And when in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. It also says that when this is in its light attribute, it represents surreal, strange, unexpected visions and silence. And when in its dark attribute, it represents drying, deadening, disorienting, and isolating. All right. Now I'm going to pull the Eternal Child close here, which is a number 4 in this deck. And the 4 in numerology is all about that architect energy, that builder energy, feeling that inspiration to build upon things or start a new thing to build. Hold on, let me get a sip of my juice here. Throat's getting a little dry. Okay, thank you, Linda. And it was on page 112, which also breaks down to a 4. So you've got double 4s here. So you may be able to build something upon this. Reconciliation's coming up in my mind again. So perhaps it will be a reconciliation. Let me get to 112 now and read this card to you. Okay. One more page. Come on, little book. It's a little hard sometimes to turn the pages. Okay. The eternal child, the inner child, the child of joy. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles, being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to details and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. And so maybe some of you are in the public eye, and your way of expressing your eternal child is very, very attractive to others. Maybe it's what attracted you to the person in this theme of this reading as well. Some side notes here are this archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life isn't satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. I can see that. I can see how wanting to always be in that beautiful, youthful, free, free-spirited energy can also lead to addictions. It also says celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase live hard, die young, and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. All right. When it's in its light attribute, it's about joyful, playful, accepting all, and magic. And when it's dark, it's addicted, selfish, adrift, and burns out. All right. Food for thought there. Food for thought. So let's go on to the next deck of cards I'm going to use here and see what else wants to come out. I'm going to do next a playing card deck based on tarot, and then the rest are just oracle cards. Oops, sorry, I moved the camera a little bit. The way these two are merging together is telling me that there's still some passion that burns between you and this person, but it's a much more mature. You guys are much more mature, and I'm just using guys as a slang term. I don't mean to gender anyone. All right, what wants to come out from this deck? All right, thank you. I hit the camera again. I got to be careful on this side. All right. Oh, expanding the money situation in life. Okay, perhaps you made money with this person. Could be someone that you may have had some passion with. Could be in love. Could be you shared a passion for something that made you money. There was some spilled milk, and maybe that's what's going to get cleared up. Okay, there's that card that's just like the Seven of Wands. Okay, somebody felt like they needed to defend themselves. And there was some shady that went on. Some kind of shady. But there's a truth coming out. Okay? And it's going to feel spiritual, I'm getting. Okay, there was a barrier between you guys. I wonder if anything's going to say anything about this barrier. I've been getting thinner, like not as thick of a wall between you. What wants to come out from the Agilarian here? Once again, if you enjoy this reading, I would love a thumbs up. I'd love to hear how you resonate in the comments. I'd love a subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And thank you to my subscribers. We had Zadkiel, Angel of Mercy. I feel some mercy is going to be shown for whatever happened that was a little bit shady. Okay? I'm not seeing like something, well, it could be. It just depends on what your level of tolerance is for shady behavior. But I feel that there's going to be some mercy given, either from you or from them. It wants to come out from the Messenger Oracle. All right. We have let your emotion flow. Really take your time to examine your emotions about this. 1919 just did. To see, really express, really just express everything that you've been holding back, that you've been holding in. And it's time to reflect on this situation, to decide what you want to do with it. Now, I'm not saying that this person that comes to mind is definitely going to contact you, but some kind of something's being put out there. that's going to justify. It could be another situation that reminds you of that helps you really reflect on the situation and have some serious growth from it, okay? Become a shapeshifter. So this is saying to me to be a little bit flexible to fit into the situation, not being inauthentic in any way, but just being a little bit open and flexible. And we see here, have courage on the bottom of the deck. So maybe if that was your, you needed to have a little more courage to know if you should contact this person, maybe that's your sign there. And last deck here before I end the reading. Holy crap, a lot wanted to come out. Okay. So we have Angel of Families. This could be a family member. The angels surround both you and your family at the moment. So this could be a family member that you had, you've been on the outs with. Angel of Addiction Healing. There's that free spirit we have to watch. This is a time of positive transformation and healing. Yeah, it's wonderful to be a free spirit like that, but it can become overindulgent and turn into addiction at times. God of the underworld, something which no longer serves you is about to end. And Angel of Soul Love, time to look at how you value yourself, issues of self-love. So if something having to do with someone else has been making your confidence take a hit, it is now a good time to heal that, okay? I see you being very protected by angels out here. And there were a few more cards on the floor. Let me see if I can get them. I did, 2 more. Angel of Diet and Nutrition. Now, I feel this kind of goes along with the addiction healing here, because we can be addicted to things that aren't good for our bodies. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you, so try to listen to your body. Sometimes it can be hard this day and age with fast food shoved in our face and its fast-paced lifestyles, you know. And Angel of Prayer. So many angels out here. Ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance. If this wasn't enough guidance that you needed, absolutely. But still, always ask the angels and Source God Creator. Now, I do personal readings if you want to get deeper into something. In the description box, it tells you how to go to my Etsy shop and see all of my prices and readings. And I think I'm going to end it there. So, collective, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope to see you next time. Sending tons of love. Take care.